The widespread demand for abortion is a symptom of a much deeper problem, which has other symptoms, which include babies found in dumpsters and in public toilets, which include children shuffling between foster care homes, which include children cared for in situations that are fundamentally unstable, revolving doors of boyfriends, and raised by their single mothers and her revolving doors of boyfriends. Okay, now, the one problem with the way I look at things is the way I look at things does not tend to point fingers. I mean, most people at this point start talking about feminism, sexual revolution, contraception, this, that, and the other. I think the problem really resides in the fact that there's an enormous gap between the time females are fertile and alluring and the time males are most easily sexually aroused, and the time that most people are financially stable and therefore able to get married and comfortably start a family that is secure, i.e., that has a regular income. That when we talk about security, we really are talking about steady money coming in, or money that is there for one reason or another. That the child is going to be adequately clothed, fed, sheltered, and have access to appropriate medical and dental care. Okay. Girls become, the age at which girls menstruate has actually been going down due to improvements in nutrition. Girls may start menstruating at 11 or 12. And outside of some very, outside of some minority people, like by minorities, I don't mean racial minorities. I mean minorities of thought, like Warren Jeffs, who married a 12-year-old, married in quotes. Most people agree that a 12 or 13-year-old is far from ready to marry and have a baby. But the fact is that traditionally in most cultures, people married before they reached 20 years old. Both males and females usually married when they were like 17, 18. There was no need to have a campaign against teenage pregnancy because older teenagers were usually married and usually in a fairly stable situation as far as finances, so that they could in fact have a start a family. That's not true these days at all. Very often they're in a hand-to-mouth sort of situation. People generally are not in a comfortable situation until they are in their late 20s, sometimes not until they're in their early 30s. It takes years of technical training, or at least 4 years of college, sometimes 2 or 3 years of postgraduate education, often leaving the person saddled with huge loans that they have to pay off, so that you're in your mid to late 20s before you can afford to marry and start a family. And mid to late 20s is quite late, to start a family.